Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my YouTube space. My name is Shane Pinky, and today I have a very interesting video. And as I said in my previous video, I know I've been late in doing these things, but then it's not like this is the time mwaka wangu umeanza, but I had a very interesting month in January. But then I decided to start shooting for you guys. Now I felt like this is the right month for me to do that. So today's video is about my word of the year, and I've heard a lot of people talking about their words of the year, and they're so powerful and they're so unique. And so okay, everyone has their reason for their word of the year, but mine, it's something that's simple and something that's realistic and something that a lot of you can relate to, and the word is reinvent. My word of the year is reinvent. And invention means, in layman language, change that it appears to be entirely new. It's like just doing something differently, like you haven't done it before. Now you're trying to do it differently. So, for me to reinvent, I realized that I need to declutter, like to declutter emotionally, physically, to declutter a lot of stuff. And decluttering means getting rid of anything that is I no longer use or like or need. And I already compartmentalized all those things and classified them. So I'll talk about how I'm deciding to stop. I'm deciding to physically declutter, emotionally declutter, and other things that I've decided to do. So let's go straight into it. Ting ting. Okay, the first one is physically clutter. And physically declutter, and I realized that there's some habits I need to stop doing. Okay, don't mind my cat. There's some habits I need to stop doing, like physically maybe, and there's some things I need to introduce into my routine because I decided to change my routine of how I do things and what not. So there's some things I decided to add into my routine and some things to stop. Like, because I was looking at myself and seeing what affects me, seeing what is affecting me physically, and I saw that I am not supposed to be walking out in the cold without a jacket because pneumonia is not a joke. So yeah, that's one of the things. Like wherever I go, as long as I'm getting out of the house, I always know that I won't come back before dusk. So before evening. So every time I've just purposed to always be carrying a jacket. That's one of the things. And then another thing is I've decided to walk more than use other means of transport because I realized I started becoming so unfit. Yes, I might not look big, or I might not look, I don't know how to describe someone who's not fit, but I might not have added weight, but I am unfit. Because something about fitness, it's not about how much you weigh. I don't know what it is about, but it's just not about how much you weigh. Because there are some people who are built up, like they are big and they're fit. So yeah. And I can't say I want to hit the gym. I'll be lying to you guys because of different reasons. I would love to go to the gym, but some people somewhere decided to invade in my life, and that's TMI. And then another thing about physical clutter, I decided to taking more walks and always carrying a jacket and drinking water a lot. Okay, I usually drink water, and that's why I'm always having a bottle of water. wherever I go, I have water because I tend to dehydrate so fast. I don't know how that is possible. Maybe I don't know how that happens. And then the other thing is emotionally clutter, and that one, emotionally, I really, really needed to declutter a lot of things because I realized that my emotions affect how I think, how I react, how I relate na watu, and how I venye tu niko generally, and because everything is all in my mind, like my feelings, my thoughts. And then I decided to be more, I am deciding to be, because this is my word of the year, what I'm doing. I've decided to be more self-aware of myself and being honest with my own self, not lying to myself. Like if I feel something is wrong, like asking myself, what's wrong with me? Like how do I feel about something? If someone does something to me, how do I feel about it? Why did I react the way I reacted? Yeah, things like that. And how am I feeling about this thing? And how am I feeling so far? How, like tracking my journey, my mental journey, like weekly, because that one is easier than to say let me wait for a whole month and then nitaanza to look back and I'll be like let me change this and this and this and this. So I've decided to be tracking my mental whatever, like weekly. At the end of the week I'm like, this is, I know I'm not supposed to like pile everything up, but that's easier for me than daily because I feel like that's a bit tasky. So yeah, that's one of the things that I've decided to change. And is there anything I can do now to feel better if something is not working well with me? Yeah. And then the other thing is setting realistic goals. Hey. This one, kitambo I used to have resolutions and I'd write like a lot of resolutions. Okay, let's forget about the resolution part. Like if I used to write down my expectations. Maybe if it's in relationships or friendships, I would write almost like a lot of, and some of the things were so unrealistic, like very unrealistic. So I just decided to be very honest with myself and authentic with myself because it starts with me. It starts with me for me to be an authentic friend to my friends. I'm an honest friend to my friends. So I decided to set realistic goals, the things that I know but at the end of every month I would have achieved, instead of waiting for the whole year and then nitaanza to look back. This is what I did, this is what I did. I don't want that because I'll forget. So yeah, I decided to set realistic goals that after every month there's something I'll look back and say this is what I achieved during this month. The other one is focusing on the good because the same way there's good, there's always something bad happening. So instead of me putting my energy and my attention in something that is negative and at the end of the day it won't serve me well, I decided to focus on the good because it won't leave you feeling meh, like feeling bad. So in everything that happens around me, everything that revolves around me, like if something happens, I will always choose. I'm intentionally choosing to look at the positive side of it because it can't always cause. It's like having someone a bad person and you can't tell me they're 100% bad. Of course, there's something good about them. So that's what I'm choosing to focus on. Like that's what I want to go with. That's what I want to work with. I don't want to see someone as a bad person. Like in my mind, whenever I remember of that person, I'm always seeing their weakness instead of their strength. I am deciding to see the best out of people instead of seeing their weaknesses because that's the same way I'd want people to see me. So I'd not want to see people as bad people and then when you're evil. Of course, I would not want that. And then another thing I've decided to do is change up my routine. This one is like the same way venye tu nilikuwa nimesema about physically decluttering. Changing my routine, like the time I wake up, the time what I do, like planning my day instead of just waking up and doing what the universe orders me to do. I'm going to with the flow. So yeah, I decided to be more intentional and changing my routine. Changing my routine, like this is what I and practicing it every day. Like I'm waking up at, like right now I've decided to be waking up at 5 and then waking up at 5, going somewhere, going after there. What do I do? Like that. Yes. So like if I can give you like a strategy of my day, like a normal day, not on a weekend, not on Saturdays, of course Sunday. Let's say on a Monday, I'll wake up at 5, go to church for morning prayers till 7:30, and then I come back, maybe prepare myself for school if I have classes. And then after school, I'll come back home, maybe have lunch. And then after that, I'll go back to church for lunch hours. And then I'll come back home and rest. And then every Monday we always have something happen. A youth service in our church. Then I'll go back. Like there's something happening. That's a normal day. But kuna tu is a one. There are those days that you don't feel like doing anything. But I've decided to be more intentional. To be more intentional than push, because at the end of the day, I always feel better when I've done something, or when I've had a busy day. Funny enough, when I have had a busy day, that's the day I feel so productive and so fruitful, to a point that nimefanya hii kitu na nikachoka, rather than just sitting down and then nichoke, and then sasa now I'll start thinking, because if I'm not doing something, I'm overthinking. I'm thinking about something. If I'm not doing something like physically, then I'm thinking, and I just don't think. I think a lot. So yeah, that's how I decided to change my routine. Another thing is like expressing myself, like through my gifts, and that may be singing. Not singing going to the studio to record. Not singing going to the studio to record, but I'm in a praise team in my church. That the youth praise team, not the main one.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe creativity, like trying out new makeup looks. That gives me joy. Like, I just love it. Tangu nijue kujipaka makeup, it was over for you. So you'll be seeing everywhere, makeup by me, makeup by me, makeup by me. So yeah, I just want to express myself through, because most of the times my makeup tells my mood. If a lot of times I wear bright colors, and that means having great days. But there are times I look dull, and that means I look gloomy, and that means my day is just ish, but I just tried makeup because it's therapeutic. So you don't have to look how you feel. If you're feeling bad, it's not up to you to look bad. So don't look how you feel. Usikae kama shida zako. Ngara. And then another thing is my relationship with God. That's something I changed, because I feel like I wasn't more, not spiritual, I wasn't more intentional, like more, keyword more. I was, yes, but not as, I feel like I can do better. I felt like I can do better. So that's why I changed even my routine, like the time I wake up and then pray oftenly, like not just praying when I feel like I have set some times for prayer and reading the word, and meditating upon his word, meditating upon his goodness, and doing what is right. It's hard doing what is right, but the grace is sufficient, because sio kila saa unafanyanga tu unajipata umefanya kitu yenye huko unafaa fanya, kama kudanganya, petty lies. So yeah, and other things, major maybe and small, but I don't know. So yeah, decided to be more intentional with my relationship with God, like more intentional. I want to be bigger, like enlarging my capacities. And then another one is taking life slow, because sometimes I get stuck for a reason. So like sometimes taking life slow because sometimes you get stuck, not because that's the end of the journey, because maybe you've speaking for me, sometimes I'm so quick, I'm ever on the go, and then senye vitu zimekwama, now I'm stuck, and now I feel bad, I feel like a loser, I feel like I haven't done anything. But there's something about life. Sometimes you get stuck for a reason, because maybe the universe is trying to tell you to breathe in and calm down, and maybe look back and see what you've achieved. Because sometimes when you're stuck, it's Like, I don't have anything else to do. I wish I would have something else to do. Now I'm stuck. Now I have to. Now I'm worried. Now this. Sometimes you just have to take a deep breath. And you know what? Life is life. You can't always be having whatever you have whenever you want it and however you want it. So yeah. So I decided to not always be quick so that I can unstuck myself. Like, I'm always quick to unstuck myself to a point that I'm not even learning. I'm not even realizing maybe that's something that the situation is trying to teach me something from the me being stuck. So instead of being quick, I just, you know what, take it slow. Take it slow. Yeah. Another one is not underestimating the power of relationships. I feel like I always talk about relationships. But we human beings are relationship people. Yeah, not underestimating the power of relationships because of how relationships have impacted my life. Because some relationships have impacted. When I'm saying relationships, I'm meaning general. It's the general view, like the romantic relationships, friendship relationships, family relationships, things like that. And yeah, so I've decided, I have realized that I'm not supposed to underestimate the power of relationships in my life because in some way or the other, they have impacted my life, maybe negatively or positively. So, and I don't have to take that one lightly because if something is affecting me negatively, then it means I need to cut myself off from that. And then if it's affecting me positively, then it means I need to feed more on that. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah, I've had healthier relationships. I've had not chaotic because I'm not a dramatic person, but just relationships that are not healthy, narcissistic relationships and relationships, friendships, family, like toxic relationships. Yeah. So yeah. And the last thing I want to leave you guys with is choose friends and loves who invite you into the fullest expression of your highest self. Like, don't have people that you're not expressing yourself to the fullest, that you're keeping things to yourself, you're being rigid, like you're not open as you should, as your highest self should. So choose people, choose lovers, choose whoever who invite you into the fullest expression of your highest self. So that's it from me, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And another thing is that nawapenda, and see you in the next video. Bye.